There were some difficulties preventing the video be posted last week on the original upload date. Very sorry for the inconvenience. Happy 4th of July, and God bless America.
The following program is rated MALV. It contains strong language and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
I never really understood trigger words until I got roommates. Theme of this video, sports. Either you love them or you hate them, or you have some other third opinion. Growing up, a very small local sandwich shop. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. It's called Subway.
TheOdd1sOut was YouTube's arguably greatest and biggest animated storyteller, but as he got more popular, he suddenly stopped being as relatable. His personality in his videos changed, and when his videos reflected how he changed from a whimsy and humorous wholesome career that millions of people adored, his videos are made with bright, flashy designs and an obnoxious story time animation style, which has to be the complete opposite of what people signed up for in the first place, as he was different from a majority of every storytime channel or creator on YouTube. This is how James went from making addicting videos about simple topics to a money-hungry, soulless, and obnoxious storytime animator.
The truth.
Howdy, I'm Mr. Julian Argus. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we're really gonna have the biggest YouTube animator ruin YouTube animations for everyone. But if you have a suggestion for a video idea, leave in the comments down below. But now let's start from the beginning. TheOdd1sOut, whose real name is James Rallison, was born in Arizona on May 14th, 1996, to a Mormon family. James lived a pretty normal childhood, but instead of going to football or basketball camp like other boys his age, James preferred to stay inside and draw comics and other various forms of art. And at the age of 16, James started making comics and started posting them on Tumblr. And they were good enough for James, starting to get a little bit of attention from these, as posting just 100 comics, he managed to get 100 followers. Which, yes, a very slow pace, but that didn't matter to James, okay? He didn't get it to, for people to, look at it and, get, a lot of fans. He just loved making comics. He loved art. That was his thing. That's what kept him sane and brought him peace to his life.
Serious, making comics and YouTube videos was what kept me sane. And that first night of being on my own and my tablet broke, I cried, guys.
So with that, he developed his personal art style. And with this, he decided to create his first YouTube video on August 30th, 2014, titled, "A Book I Made as a Kid."
So you know those books you make in elementary school that you write as a class, and some publishing company makes them into a real book so your family can buy copies?
Yeah, it sounded pretty awkward, but remember, this is his first video, and you can't really make fun of a person's first video. We all gotta start somewhere. But still, this didn't matter to James. He really liked this and would go on to make more animated story time videos, like his life as a Boy Scout, him living in Arizona, and eventually his job working at Subway, Subway.
I used to work at a very small local sandwich shop. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. It's called Subway.
The same month that he posted that video, he gained over 278,000 subscribers in just one single month. That is some crazy numbers, especially back then. And his animations kept getting better, and he made more videos like his experience with roommates, thoughts on sports, and just other videos. And you do not need a big budget or have a huge production crew like the biggest creators do nowadays to be popular. They were just real life experience and and he gained a lot of subscribers because of how relatable he was. And shortly thereafter, he reached the milestone that a lot of YouTubers dream about, which is reaching 1 million subscribers.
But also, as some of you might know, my channel recently hit 1 million subscribers. The big 10000, which is a little terrifying.
Not only a combo of his relatability and charismatic personality helped, but also the timing of everything. Because this was in 2016 when he blew up. He was racking up millions of not only views, but also subscribers. And in 2016, storytime videos were really trending, reaching into the millions during this time. But it worked out better for James because he ditched the clickbait titles, and it wasn't just somebody mouth moving for just 20 minutes over exaggerating, something. It was a well-made animation story that explained what the title said. It was a breath of fresh air from vloggers or other YouTubers that show off their lavish lifestyle.
Hey yo, good morning, okay? What's poppin'?
and their out-of-touch problems that most of us can't relate to. You can definitely say James pioneered the way for other animators to get a lot of views and talk about similar experience.
Hello, welcome to Self-Serve Frozen Yogurt. Is this your first time? Yeah, we got it, thanks.
Ooh, vanilla.
My first job was at a hardware store. I just needed a job for the summer, you know? Get a little extra cash, buy a laptop for school.
By 2018, James was on top. He was getting invited to be on podcasts and other popular YouTube channels. He was getting recognized left and right, even though he didn't show his face that often. And then he reached the milestone of 10 million subscribers. He was completely unstoppable.
Hello everyone, welcome to the 10 million subscriber milestone special. Last time in the 3 million subscriber milestone, I said I wasn't going to do this until 10 million. And then I hit that sooner than I thought I did. So here we are.
Unfortunately, this was the beginning of a 180 for James. Now, he was still extremely consistent for videos considering how long it takes to make a full well-made animation video. And dropped his most popular video at the time with YouTuber musician Boy in the Band. You know, the guy who made this.
I was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are. Let me repeat, I was not taught the laws for the country I live in, but I know how Henry VIII killed his...
Shortly after this, James was still very popular, but he was now seen more of as a popular brand, not a content creator, where he should be selling several different products from plushes to books, and then fast forward to a mobile game. And that exposed his true intentions that went behind on his morals. James stated in his videos that he hated mobile games as they target children to push microtransactions on kids and don't know the real value of money, with a chance that you might pay something and not receive it back. Kind of like gambling.
First legal scam is mobile games. I was doing a show with this 9-year-old kid named Araya, and in the show he was gonna punch me like this. And one day while we were rehearsing, Araya asked me, "Can I play some games on your phone?" He downloaded a free game, and inside the game you could buy a VIP member version that gave you extra lives and more skins. The thing that was a scam was that the app gave you the VIP member free for 3 days, then charged you $6 a week. No one is willing to pay a weekly bill for a game where all you do is this.
This game was basically everything that I hate about mobile games, where you pay to get advantages in the game, which I also hate because it's so much more rewarding to get better at the game organically than paying for the easy way. Or maybe I just don't like paying for games on my phone and I'm frugal. Who knows? I don't know. Who knows? We don't really know. But it didn't stop there. Now, let's take a look at his merch website, as almost all of his products were heavily discounted. And I mean like 80 to 90% off. Like, what the hell? I mean, that'd be great, right? But the sale wasn't really a sale when it's happening like every other day. So it's preying on kids' emotions to beg their parents to put their credit card info as soon as possible to get a great deal on merch, when really you could wait 2 months or several weeks even, and it would be the same price. It really would just be the same exact price.
The store has pretty much all of its items constantly on sale, which may be classified as a misleading ordinary price claim, which is illegal in Canada. I also think this is ethically dubious, given the fact that not only is this deceptive by nature, but also his main audience are children who are far more likely to fall for something like this. And James 100% knows that his audience is mostly children. I am disappointed in him.
And as of recording this on June 30th, his website has been closed for months now. Now, those two screw-ups could have been forgotten, or, forgiven, except he had to ruin the same thing that made him popular in the first place, which was his YouTube content. His videos started to look more like overproduced, non-personal, easy cash grabs, and his thumbnails were even worse. I mean, just take a look at this. If you watch James, classic videos and you're watching this now, you'd be like, wait a minute, what the hell am I even watching?
Hey, howdy, I'm live. Cool bird mask. Ah! So you four doing anything fun?
We're going to commence an apocalypse and unleash total chaos upon the earth.
Whoa!
Okay, let's pump the brakes there a little.
These new videos were a complete change. Now, some of that has to do with James hiring a whole big team. So, yeah, there were several people working on the same video. Now, yes, while James did record his voice for all his videos, but the animations were, being controlled by his team. While he did have some oversight in seeing it, he didn't really draw most of the animations. So it was definitely, you know, a bit changed. Now, unfortunately, because of that many people that were working on his videos, it had almost a corporate feeling to them, getting rid of the raw talent and relatability. Now, it started with, you know, some artists fixing some background and small details and, you know, a little bit of that. Not that much. But now it's story writers, editors, animators, and even directors. So what is James doing with these videos besides recording his voice, which takes, what, 30 minutes to an hour at most? So, can you blame him? Because he doesn't belong to an MCN, which is a multi-channel network. Maybe you heard of Defy Media, Machinima, Disney Digital, and probably best well known, Vivo. Those is basically where they take a YouTube channel and they put a corporate feeling to them where they give them money and they take a percentage of the revenue. Now, because he's not part of this, he's in charge of who he hires and who he fires, right? So I guess you could say that James is a little bit to blame for, you know, this massive change and for worse.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, I'm a good person. You can have that money. It's yours.
But he does know that being consistent is key for YouTube, especially when you're starting out or to grow your channel. And considering how long animation videos take, a proper one at that, you know, it's understanding that, you know, he had to, you know, hire some more people so he could put out videos more frequently with his team. But it wasn't the views that he was getting or the engagement. He's just becoming generic, but at the same time, not relatable. And his videos are definitely suffering because of that.
I think most of them are running out of ideas and starting to try to change their content because they don't have any more stories to tell.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've posted a story time in a while. It's always just like, I went gambling one time, here are my thoughts on gambling. Here are my thoughts on reality shifting. So for me, at least, I'm just more finding what I can talk about for a long time.
A big example is from his show Oddballs. In 2022, James struck a deal with Netflix to make his own show that he produced and created himself. It was him playing himself and a talking crocodile, which was his, guess lack for a better word, dumb best friend. And I mean like Patrick style kind of dumb, like, you know, funny, but not the brightest of the bunch. But it was a complete disaster. Not the crocodile, but the show. As it only had 2 seasons that didn't have any of the charm that James's old videos had. Now, don't get me wrong, it's cool that YouTuber was able to make a Netflix show, okay? That's, you know, that's definitely cool, right? That wasn't canceled before it was aired, but it did have a lot of missed potential, and a lot of the episodes were kind of just one quote-unquote funny joke and then just 20 minutes of just filler. It didn't really have any real clear personality. I mean, it had James' personality, though, but it just was pretty lackluster and pretty forgetful.
With the team makes it feel all soulless and commercialized. It's all about business now.
Do you want us to suffer more? Sorry, okay. If you have a team of 6 people, that doesn't mean you're doing 1/6 of the work.
Now, James did, he could see that what was happening to his career wasn't working and he wanted to bring it back. So he made the hard decision and fire his whole team effective immediately, turning it back into a one-man show. Now, this made James relieve tons and tons of backlash. Like, how could he do this, especially during, you know, tax season, as this happened during the tax season? And, you know, there was no phone call effective immediately, no meeting, just find another job. Now, James isn't exactly a business or management expert, right? So he doesn't know the best way how to handle it. But James knew his YouTube career and Netflix show was getting worse and worse, and he needed something to change or else he wouldn't have a job or much money at all anymore. But don't blame James just too much yet, okay? Because he did say that he contacted everyone privately and he gave them a severance package. It seemed like, you know, the bigger his team, the worse his videos looked and performed. Also, at the rate of the videos that the team was posting in the later years was getting less and less, and the videos suffered with that, as well as James having a negative return on investment of his team, which wasn't good for business. Because when you post 3 videos a year with a massive team, probably not the best recipe. Because for James, this is how he makes money. With no views, you get no money, which means no paying big team salaries. Also, the fans that grew up with James back then, when he was making videos like
one other person, just you and them in an empty subway for 5 hours. I mean, we weren't like empty all the time, okay? And when you're not making sandwiches, you have other stuff to do, like stocking the chips, or we had stuff to do. But okay, we did watch a lot of Netflix and do homework, so I mean, it was
you know, the fans, they get older and maybe outgrew his content. Now, seeing his new videos, this is clear. When money goes to your head, you lose your personality. But that is the end of the video. I really hope y'all enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what are your thoughts about this and your opinions on the Odd1sOut, and if you watched him in the past or you still continue to watch him now. And if you want me to make a video on a topic or something specific, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'd be more than happy to research it. But this is the end of the video. Once again, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please consider liking and subscribing. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.